Hi there, you're watching Gardens and Graveyards. My name is Charisma and today we are in the garden and we are going to prune this shrub right here. It is called a Weigela and this one has been in the garden since before we purchased this property. I have no idea what the variety is or how old it is, but it is a big one and we do nothing for it. We do not fertilize it, we do not water it. All we do is prune it as soon as it stops blooming, and as a matter of fact, right now, there's still a little bit of bloom left on there, so I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you what it looks like up close, and then we'll get to pruning. Just wanted to point out that with Weigela, they bloom on 1-year-old wood, which means that if I don't prune them as soon as they stop blooming and start producing new wood, if I cut any of that off, I will cut off any blossoms for next year. So I have to prune them as soon as they stop blooming so that next year I get a good flush of blooms. So let me show you what it looks like and then we'll get to it. Alright, so this is what they look like, and this is their flower. A couple of weeks ago, this whole shrub was just completely covered in blossoms. And so you could see that it's pretty much done. There's just, it looks like this when they're done. That's what all these little things are. I'm trying to see, so last year I cut it back to here, and then all of this is new growth. So I basically just cut it all back to those big stems again, and they'll flush out for next year. Alright, so we're done with that task. It wasn't a big deal. I basically just cut back into old wood and gave the shrub an opportunity to grow new wood from those spaces. I cut out dead and damaged branches so that there's plenty of airflow and you can kind of see through the plant. That always gives me a good indicator that it's got plenty of airflow. And then we went ahead and cut down some big limbs off of the cascara that is trying to grow over it. Basically, that tree was planted too far back into some evergreens, or maybe it self-planted itself there, but now it's growing like 25 feet into where it wants sun instead of up. It's going out. And so every winter it gets heavy and it lays on the Weigela, and oh man, it's just time to cut that thing all the way back. But it's a bigger job than we were up to doing today, but we will probably be doing that this summer because it's definitely time. But I did get a chance to cut down my second Weigela, which barely needed any pruning. It's just barely getting to the same size as this one. I had to do some hard rejuvenation pruning on it last year, and it didn't bloom very much this year. I think partially because I probably cut it too late. Oh look, the sun's coming out and I'm in full weird shadow. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, so it was hard pruned, and I had to, I think I did it late last year. I can't remember, but I think I did. So it just didn't have very many blooms, plus the cascara was completely covering it and creating a lot of shade, where Weigela, they can handle quite a bit of shade. They like morning sun and then the rest of the day in shade. But this one was like, the cascara was basically laying right on top of the shrub. So it wasn't getting hardly any sun, and it was probably a little stressed with all that like weight of a tree on top of it. So we'll see how it does this next year, and yeah. But that was a quick and easy job, and I feel good knowing that I got it done before the blooms were all completely done, because that ensures that I'll have a good bloom season next spring. So thanks so much for hanging out with me while I garden today, and we hope to see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at the Gardens and Graveyards channel, and we will see you in the next video.